Now, tensions between the United States of America and China are on the rise. The Biden administration seems to have moved from rhetoric of the Trump era into action. Now, in the last few hours, it has also made three significant moves. To start with, the American intelligence agencies reportedly are said to have accessed massive genetic data from Japan's Wuhan laboratory. And they're going through this data to see if they can find the origins of the COVID-19 pandemic. Secondly, the Biden administration has also announced that it is going to provide a temporary safe haven to Hong Kong residents who are living on American soil. And lastly, America has also approved its first sale of arms to Taiwan in recent weeks. It is a $750 million proposal that has been made to sell state-of-the-art weapons to the island nation.
The man alleged to have wounded 10 people in a knife attack in Tokyo reportedly told police he wanted to kill happy women. The attack happened on Friday evening on a commuter train in the western part of the city. One victim, a female university student, was seriously wounded, while the rest suffered less severe injuries. A 36-year-old man was arrested in another area of Tokyo following the stabbings. According to Japanese media, the suspect told police he became incensed when he saw women who looked happy. When asked about the media reports on Saturday, a police spokesman told Reuters they had nothing further to share on the details of the case.
Abuse chanted these people in front of the ferry office in the Colombian town of Necoclí. They come from Haiti and have been waiting for weeks for a chance to cross the Gulf of Urabá and continue with their journey towards the United States and Canada. But the ferry announced they will only take 200 people a day, even though they sold more than 1,000 tickets. As pandemic border closures have eased, this small town has been overwhelmed by the arrival of some 22,000 people.
South Korea has underscored the government's continued efforts to resume dialogue with North Korea at the ASEAN Regional Forum. Speaking at the foreign ministers' meeting on Friday, the nation's foreign minister Chung Eui-yong urged Pyongyang to implement the commitments made by the leaders of the two Koreas to make the peninsula nuclear-free. Chung also described the recent restoration of inter-Korean communication lines as positive progress for the Korean Peninsula peace process, hoping for cooperation with the North on various fronts. Likewise, North Korea's ambassador to Indonesia, who took part in the meeting on behalf of the regime's foreign minister, expressed the North's willingness to establish peace and security in the region. At the forum, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken also called for the complete denuclearization of the Korean peninsula.
In July, we picked up a container that was containing ammunition in the harbour, and we declined entry of that container as a South African Police Service. And when the incident happened during this looting at Mbilo, we discovered ammunition there. When we inspected where the ammunition came from, we found the same container that we had declined entry.
The ammunition in question was destined for a company in Johannesburg. It's still not yet clear who authorized its movement from the Durban harbour. 1.5 million rounds subsequently disappeared from a private storage facility in Mobeni. Most of the ammunition was for handguns. Police are investigating how it's ended up at the Mobeni facility.
Just like you can't judge a book by its cover, you can't calculate the value of Venezuela's currency by the number of zeros that are added or subtracted. As of October 1st, this 100 bolivar note will be the highest denomination, equivalent to today's 100 million bolivar note. That means 6 zeros will be removed from a currency that has been so devalued by hyperinflation that it's become practically worthless. Venezuela's currency costs much more to make than what it's worth. Inflation in the first 4 months of this year was nearly 300%, and last year it was 3,000%. That's why the country's de facto currency has become the US dollar. But millions of Venezuelans don't have access to it.
A lineage of a coronavirus variant first identified in Colombia is responsible for the deaths of several nursing home residents in Belgium. The infections occurred in a part of the facility reserved for patients with advanced forms of dementia. The patients died despite being fully vaccinated. The home's medical manager stressed that the 7 patients were all in their 80s and 90s. This mutation was first detected in Colombia and is known as B1621. Scientists are as yet unsure if it is more transmissible or deadly than other mutations of the virus. The strain currently accounts for less than 1% of known COVID cases in Belgium. B1621 is also circulating in the US, where it's responsible for 2% of all cases, with infections rising quickest in Florida, where it accounts for about 10% of coronavirus patients.
Hello folks. Hi folks. Sorry, can we interrupt again? How do you do? Good afternoon everyone. Sorry. So up here we have all the steering gear. Right, do you want to full steam ahead? Here we go. Say again? Okay. So